YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Back in here with one more video. Guys, shout out to my Instagram at Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Link down in the description box down below if you guys want to send me some content. All right? I came across this video on my Instagram. This is going to be the most wholesome video that you see all day today. I guarantee it. Okay? Yeah, I guarantee it. Listen, if you smile by the end of this video, do me a favor and leave a like. This type of information, this type of education is key and is powerful. And we need to figure out a way to make simple information like this hit the eyes and the ears of young people who look just like me. Shout out to the father in this video. Exemplary job, my G. All right? Without further ado.
King, it's a lot of suckers out you with their money.
It's a lot.
You can't be no sucker out you with your money.
There ain't no sucker. Bet you I don't.
Okay. What's assets?
Assets are things that bring money into your bank account.
What's
Yup.
liabilities?
Liabilities are things that take money out your bank account.
Facts.
Entrepreneurship is the act of becoming an entrepreneur. What's entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship is a process of setting up a business or businesses.
Taking on a greater than normal.
Financial risk.
What's an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur is a person that organizes and operates a business or businesses.
Also taking on a greater than normal.
Financial risk.
What's financial mean?
Money.
And what's risk mean?
Chance.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Hold up. Let it breathe for a quick second. All right, listen. Listen to the power in what this young boy has information about, all right? In that short time span, understands the basic equation of assets and liabilities. Like, understands the high-level definitions of it. We don't know about the equation yet, but one of the basic financial accounting equations is assets minus liabilities equals equity. We'll get into equity in a quick second. The other thing that he just went over is the concept of entrepreneurship and the concept of being an entrepreneur. And not just that, but the concept of risk. These are powerful terms, right? How often are we taught about the concept of entrepreneurship? So a lot of us are taught about the concept of street entrepreneurship, but the basic concepts of entrepreneurship mixed with risk. Like, a lot of street entrepreneurs, street hustlers, if they understood the concepts of risk along with the money that they're making, would understand that at the end of the day, it doesn't amount to much of anything when you can either be locked up or killed. You understand what I'm saying? So incorporating entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, and risk into the same equation. But wait, there's more.
I mean, own stock.
When you own a share of a company.
Come on. What's real estate investing?
Real estate investing is when you invest in a immovable property.
What's the two types of real estates?
Commercial real estate and residential real estate.
Yup.
What's commercial real estate?
Commercial real estate is property for businesses and workspace, like an office, store, or land.
And what's residential real estate?
Property to live on, like a house, apartment, or condominium.
Come on.
Come on. Okay. My bad. Videos like this gets me. You know what I'm saying? You could. Anyway, so residential versus commercial, absolutely. Something that I'm dabbling in as well is residential real estate. Eventually, when I get enough net worth and income coming in, and I have enough smart assets, I'll call them that. Then I'll have enough to start dabbling into commercial real estate, because commercial real estate is cost a lot more generally, more often than not, than residential real estate. But you got to build the building blocks and start at the bottom. So think about the power. Not only is he learning about what an asset is, but what a liability is, but then also kind of one of the key tenets of building wealth. Like, if you take a look at, I'm not gonna bring up the stats right now, but if you take a look at the stats, like how many millionaires also own real estate, both residential and commercial, it's astronomically high. You understand what I'm saying? So these basic tenets that he's instilling with this young boy, super dope. Let's keep rolling.
Comes with extra fees when you have real estate, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Daddy tells you how many times he pays his state property tax a year.
Once a year.
What's the type of maintenance fee?
Cutting grass.
Come on.
Oh,
What's
come on.
HOA?
Hold on. Let me pause it right there. I think you just said, what's the HOA? We'll get back into HOA in a second. I think that's key as well. Being able to teach, different fees associated, because I go over on the channel from time to time, like the difference between renting and owning. And right now I am owning right now. And I always rented previous to owning the spot that I'm in right now. There's a lot of costs associated with owning. Like, for example, when I was in my rental unit, my furnace just stopped working, right? I call my landlord, he comes down, and over that weekend, he had the thing fixed. Now in the spot that I own, my furnace here stopped working, all right? It was me calling a contractor to come in and fix it $3,500 later, which but also, let me call this out as well. I have emergency fund, a very healthy emergency fund. So it's just like, all right, I need heat. Come and fix this, right? You understand what I'm saying? No credit, all right? No credit, because I built up a healthy emergency fund. That's another key tenet, key vocabulary word. Let's see if he mentions that later as well. But this is some of the difference. They talked about maintenance fee, right? Cutting grass, right? I live in a condo, so there is no grass. So what do I pay for maintenance in and around the building is called an HOA fee. But they're gonna get into HOA fee right here in a quick second. Let's keep rolling.
Homeowner Association.
Mm-hmm. And what comes along with that?
HOA fee.
Come on.
Facts.
And when it comes to the
HOA fees. I'm actually on the board of my HOA. All right. As soon as I moved in, they had a meeting. It was just based off of the timing. And I'm like, sure, I'll sign up. Little did I know what I was going to be signing up for. Like, I have pretty limited responsibilities in terms of like, I don't really do much because the homeowners association, which is essentially the management company, does like all the paperwork, and they get all the, they hire all the people that work on the stuff in and around here. So like, for example, if there's like a problem in the sewers, the homeowners association will fix it. Essentially, they will get all the contractors and do all the work for any work that's outside of my particular unit or anyone else's unit. They will, if there's a sewer issue, they'll hire the plumbers. They'll work with so like the homeowners, we don't have to worry about that. You understand what I'm saying? So they manage all that. They also manage kind of all the finances, and there's also these bylaws that that you have to learn as a member of your HOA. But I actually signed up to be on the board of my HOA, meaning I'm just connected to the board in determining key things that has to be done, right? Like if there's a key decision that has to be made, they will rely on the board for those decisions. Also, kind of something I didn't realize as well is I'm kind of on top of conflict resolution as well. But that's a whole nother story for a whole different day. But it is what it is, got to help people handle conflict from time to time. Let's keep going.
The brokerage percent, what's the percentage that?
7.
Come on. What's equity?
Equity is the difference between what your business is worth minus what you own.
Assets, liabilities.
Liabilities and debt.
Good job.
Come on.
What's credit report?
Here's the thing, and he's about to get a credit report. Here's the thing. He may not understand the terminologies like to the degree of someone like me who has a business degree. He may not understand, but listen, this is the foundation, right? So he goes off in life and he hears the word equity around people who own businesses, and he can then participate in that conversation. Think about the power of that. You understand what I'm saying? Think about the power at his age. He can already connect these points together, even if he doesn't really, at a fundamental level, get it. What, like how an asset minus a liability and then equals into equity, and then I don't even know if they're going to get into it, like what equity means or the value of equity, right? You understand? He may not completely get it, but this is the fundamentals. This is, you know what I'm saying? Learning something in 3rd grade before you get to 4th grade. It's like learning multiplication before you get to division. You got to understand the foundation, key terms first before you can get on to something greater. And then all of a sudden, by the time you're in 6th and 7th and 8th grade, you're applying it within your life. Weak analogy, but I think you know where I'm going with that. Let's move on.
Report is like a report card letting you know how well you did by paying your money back you borrowed.
And how does credit affect your life?
The better you keep your credit, the more opportunities you'll have to get funding.
And what large purchases like?
A car or a house.
Come on.
Facts.
Always repay.
Just real quick. I think he's going to say is you always repay it. Yeah, you always repay. You never revolve a balance unless it was for like an emergency situation, a medical expense, some type of educational expense that you have to put on. But like for these PS5 purchases, for these Jordan purchases, for these watch purchases, all this trivial ish. Don't you dare revolve a balance. Practice discipline. Sustain from the feeling, the emotional feeling of wanting to have it right now. That's called discipline. Here's the thing that they don't really want to tell you about credit. I think the power in building credit is not so that you can make purchases for things that you cannot buy right now. It is to make purchases so you can leverage that debt to make more money later. That is the key. That is the key. Me, I'm a conservative purchaser myself, so I don't like the leverage route in order to make money. I do understand that's how you can become wealthier quicker, but I am extremely risk averse and I want to have FU money at any given time. You understand what I'm saying? And you can only get that if you're not leveraged, okay? Or at least minimally leveraged. Hopefully I'm not confusing you with these terms. Let's move on. Let's conclude.
What you owe. Because if you owe somebody, that means you're in
debt.
And you never want to be in
debt.
Because that means you
owe somebody.
And we don't never owe
somebody.
Because that ain't what suckers do, period. Come on.
Period.
Man.
Yeah. That's the issue I love to see. Is I get excited when I see stuff like this. When I see the education flowing. You know what I'm saying? It gives me hope. I think there's a lot of times on this channel where I call out and I criticize different behaviors, and I have to remind myself, and also you guys gotta continue to send me stuff like this so that I can see it and I can utilize my platform in order to drive a different narrative or a different story. This is some powerful ish. The last thing that he hit on, all right, don't you revolve them balances. I touched on that before. Very important. You understand what I'm saying? We got out of bondage, supposedly, 400 years ago, but a lot of us are financially enslaved. All right. You are financially in chains. Okay. Don't be leveraged unless you're utilizing your leverage or the credit to gain value into the future. That's my reaction for today. That is my video for today. Shout out again to this father. Shout out my G. I love to see this. I love to see this. Also, guys, if you're interested in having more in-depth analysis regarding the topics that I go over, especially from an increasing of your value perspective, I would suggest that you join the Patreon. I am so excited regarding where the Patreon and where my Discord server is going. We're about 250 members strong. Listen, there's even sometimes where they throw workshops in the Discord server. I'm not even there, okay, because of my busy schedule. You understand what I'm saying? That's the power and community of like-minded people that want to improve upon themselves. You understand what I'm saying? There's like 90% men in there. There's like 10% women in there. The women are throwing on their own workshops as well. That's my video for today. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up with any of your Patreon questions. Until next time, YouTube.